If, like me, you live in a cold area, you come to realize that salt isn't only about food. Salt is also about safety. This is the type of salt that we pour on roads and pavements to prevent the buildup of ice. If you've ever walked on ice, you know it's very slippery. And some type of ice, what we call black ice, if you walk on that, you sometimes think you're walking on the road, but you could slip and fall and break a leg or damage your knee or something like that. So we pour this type of salt on such surfaces to prevent ice from building up. That way you can still feel safe when walking about. So part of what the Lord also says to us when he calls the salt of the earth is that our presence in this world is also to prevent the situations that will lead to people breaking up their lives. They may not break their bodies physically, but they may be inclined to make decisions that will lead to their damage, that will lead them to make deadly or damaging or destructive decisions in their lives. So when we give people counsel, when we live lives that are exemplary, can we live in such a way that we can be a light that guides people so that they can always follow the right path? Sometimes it is tricky because you might speak to people who don't want to hear your advice, or they think you're a know-it-all, or you're looking down upon them. But if people are not willing to listen to us, at least by the way we live our lives, can we live in such a way that we are exemplary for them? And that's why I think it's providential, and in fact on purpose, that today's gospel about being salt of the earth comes right after the Beatitudes. So in other words, after the Lord has said to us, blessed are the poor in spirit, theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are the peacemakers, blessed are those who are merciful, blessed are the meek and humble, blessed are those who mourn, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, and so on and so forth. When we live our lives following the Beatitudes, we are going to be an example for others so that we can guide them on how they are supposed to live their lives. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be joyful. But sometimes people try and find this joy in the wrong places. And they end up breaking their lives up. They end up damaging themselves the way people damage themselves when they walk on black ice. So just as this type of salt is poured on surfaces where black ice is likely to develop so that people can be safe, can we follow these Beatitudes in such a way that people can then see our example and know how they're supposed to live their lives so that they can attain to the true joy that God desires to give to every single one of us?